In my experience, when you let something simmer too long, eventually it'll boil over.
Hello guys, welcome back, and we are back with another exciting video. We are going to tell you about what you've missed on Virgin River Season 2.
To thank you for watching this video, we're offering you an absolutely free training webinar. Do you want to learn the secret of improving all aspects of your life and unlocking what you're really capable of? The legendary Bob Proctor spent over 57 years learning this one thing and is hosting a free webinar where he reveals what he's learned and what actually works. He'll teach you the law of compensation, a secret only the mega wealthy know of but not taught in our educational system, and the impression of increase, the law of laws that will increase areas in all aspects of your life, whether it be in health, relationships, or wealth. Right now, the first 200 people to use the link below will get access to this free webinar. Now, let's get back to the video.
So, let's go. Spoilers ahead for Virgin River Season 2. Things were looking pretty ideal for Mel and Jack before the finish of Virgin River Season 2. In this way, normally the woodsy town needed to rattle the appalling darlings. Minutes after Mel said she felt glad and protected by the shoot with Jack, it's an extraordinarious for her to feel both of those things considerably less simultaneously. He was shot. The character of the shooter is one of numerous inquiries Virgin River should address when the Netflix unique returns for its third season. However, new periods of Virgin River have generally appeared in the fall and cold weather months, which is amazing in the light of the fact that it's probably the coziest show on the stage. Season 3 drops July 9th, allowing watchers the opportunity to devour the Firelit Lodge follows a little recently. Luckily, it probably won't be the last passage in the series. However, Netflix hasn't formally affirmed a Virgin River Season 4 re-establishment. What's on Netflix reports that a fourth season is shooting soon. Obviously, before we look that a long way ahead, here are a portion of the key minutes you'll need to recall before Virgin River Season 3. Indeed, People Season 2 of Virgin River didn't disappoint when it came to conveying some tragic turns, interesting turns, and significant shocks to keep our cerebrums involved as we watch for any updates on whether the series will be a third season. Similar as with Season 1, the Virgin River Season 2 completion gave us all that we could expect with regards to addressing waiting inquiries, bringing the sentiment, leaving us to think about what precisely is going on for certain characters, and furthermore, absolutely dropping us off on an emotional cliff. Along these lines, we believed it best to clarify the entirety of the significant improvements from the Season 2 finale of Virgin River by going through the greatest shocks from the scene. Alright, are we all set? Great. We should do this. Jack got shot. It's absolutely impossible that I could even consider starting this odyssey into the greatest shocks from the Virgin River Season 2 finale and not open with this. After a prompt appreciation for Mel when she previously set foot in Virgin River, she and Jack burned through the entirety of the principal season, moving around one another and attempting to sort it away forward with the entirety of their substantial psychological weight. The subsequent scene saw them at last become inhabitants of Bone Town, and the finale included one more introduction to that stimulating region for the team. Yet inside what couldn't have been over 60 minutes, Mel discovers Jack draining out on the floor of his bar. I would prefer not to fault Mel for this, yet in the event that she'd had more than frozen peas in her ice chest, Jack wouldn't have needed to bring to the table to barbecue a few steaks for them at the bar, when she noted being excessively ravenous briefly round of fireside sexy times. So at any rate, a central issue currently is who shot our legend and why. Jack put much more exertion into cutting down neighborhood drug head honcho Calvin, and noticeably raised a ton of ruckus for his activities. This implies that basically anybody in Calvin's camp could be faulted. However, we likewise have the likelihood that something like one other non-drug managing guilty party may be to be faulted. Beginning with, Charmaine is vengeful. You folks? Charmaine is the covert scoundrel blessing that simply continues giving in Virgin River Season 2. We definitely realize that she's 100% in affection with Jack and extremely resolved to remain with him, while likewise being exceptionally resolved to fault Mel for Jack not having any desire to be with her. However, this pregnancy has made her much more vindictive in Season 2. Charmaine had effectively given Mel somewhat of a final offer last season, disclosing to her that she and Jack wouldn't have the option to effectively co-parent their new child if Mel stayed close by, and when Mel returned to town in the season opener, Charmaine's counter was similarly just about as quick and negligible as we'd envisioned. Yet, here's the reason I figure Charmaine have really lost a couple of staying mental stallions she is left in really shocked Jack. Her auntie and uncle, mindful of becoming Bambi, welcomed her to move in with them in Portland, which she was thinking about, despite the fact that it would truly hurt Jack. In the finale, Jack at last declared to her that he was currently purchasing a house, so there'd be space for the children. However, Charmaine accepted quickly that he implies they're back together and kissed him. At the point when he drives her away, attempting to clarify again that he's not in love with her, she guarantees he's causing her to appear to be insane and reveals to him that she needs a spouse and that man will be the dad to her youngsters, taking note of that she'll just need to see where he fits in.
To thank you for watching this video, we're offering you an absolutely free training webinar. Have you ever wondered how to end procrastination and self-sabotage so you can unleash your full potential to live the life you deserve? #1 best-selling author and high-performance coach Peter Sage is hosting a free webinar where he'll teach you how to increase your wealth with less time and struggle, and also how to hyper-boost your growth and success so you can finally break out of any rut you find yourself in. Right now, Peter and his team are offering a free $100 gift to anyone who doesn't find his webinar as the best use of their time within the last 5 years. Now, let's get back to the video.
Minister is going to raise Christopher. Moving away from the Jack, Mel, and Charmaine disclosures of the finale, the last scene of Virgin River Season 2 held a great deal of astonishment for Preacher. In the wake of being pursued for his flavorful food by San Francisco occupant Jamie, Preacher chose to leave Jack's bar behind and accept a position at an extravagant cafe in the enormous city. Obviously, a portion of that choice depended on the way the Preacher assisted Cover with increasing Paige's unplanned killing of her ex Wes, and presently he's been accounted for missing. Along these lines, Preacher calculates that it's ideal to simply get out of Dodge. Exactly when Preacher is endeavoring to abandon Virgin River, however, he's gone up against an odd lady, Sally, who says she's a companion of Paige's and that Wes's sibling followed Paige's phone number down. Then at that point, a glad/terrified Christopher runs out of her vehicle and embraces Preacher, inquiring as to whether he can remain with him, to which Preach rapidly concurs. The present circumstance with Wes is most likely going to deteriorate before it improves, and it'll be intriguing to perceive what Preacher does straight away, in light of the fact that there's a major issue with Wes's sibling. Paige's dead ex-husband has an identical twin. Man, I could feel this turn coming, and keeping in mind that it's pleasant, so incredibly ideal to be correct, this isn't what Preacher, Christopher, or Paige need at the present time. I can't be the one in particular who thought it was too simple when Wes unexpectedly displayed in Season 2 just to battle Paige before long and wind up falling for his moronic lady whipping ass her steps. While Preach dealt with discarding the body and Wes' truck, and furthermore took care of things back home so Paige and Christopher could pack up camp and cover up once more, no chance was it won't cause issues down the road for them. At the point when Vince, I accept that is the name he gave Preacher, displayed at Jack's bar, he gave Preach a serious dismay. While he fortunately isn't Wes, gotten back from the dead, he is by all accounts similarly as unnerving as his sibling, and resolved to discover what befell that very obscure person. Clearly, this is extremely terrible information for Paige, recollect what Sally said, Christopher, and Preacher, despite the fact that Preach gave a valiant effort to sidestep Vince's inquiries and not part with anything. The detestable twin to another abhorrent twin clarified that he's as of now discovered how close Paige and Preach were, so he'll watch out for a culinary slanted companion. Doc Mullins is sick? Okay, this is me expecting to be that he's debilitated on the grounds that we were left with a huge cliffhanger here too. Expectation and Doc had spent quite a bit of Season 2 solidifying their re-obligation to one another, as Hope pushed him to date Muriel so they could keep everybody out of their business. We as a whole realized this was moronic, and it just serves to sit around and make Hope serious, despite the fact that it was her own nutjob thought. What's more, when they at long last confessed all and told everybody, no one had anything terrible to say, and essentially the entire town is energetic about them having a service to recharge their pledges. However, while Doc and Hope were recuperating for sure, it was clear all through the season that he was managing something. He completely offered peace with Mel before the finish of Season 1, however had a few minutes where he was the old cankerous specialist with her again this season. Also, as time went on, we could see some actual manifestations being created. He at long last went to a specialist in Eureka, trying to keep things calm, and was going to disclose to Hope the discoveries, which didn't give off an impression of being acceptable, when they were welcomed by an unexpected gathering to commend them reuniting. Fundamentally, the entirety of our #1 characters will be in some difficult situations when, I'm talking from a position of confidence here, individuals, We at last hear that Virgin River Season 3 is coming, and that is by large how we like it. That is all we have for now. Do hit the bell icon in light of the fact that a lot of additional energizing visits all throughout the planet are in transit. Also, remember to like, subscribe, and share this video. See you folks, and stay tuned to our channel.